What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about SPY analysis again, and we're going to be updating it from my last video and what happened so far since I talked about it. So we'll dive straight into it. We're not going to waste any time here. We're going to make a quick video and tell you guys what happened and what could happen for the rest of the week. So SPY here, we have since our last post, we have pretty much bounced off the 445.40 low right here, the level of the white line, which pretty much bounced off the trend line from over here, the white line. And today, after closing, we have finally broke down that white line and broke the 445.40, and we have finally touched our range that we have been talking about. That was between 444 and 441. But it looks like as the days go by, the S&P 50 is starting to move up, which is a good sign for the market to bounce sooner. And right now, as we are continuing down lower, there is a possibility that we could see the 50 moving average anytime this week, just so that we can get that one more leg down in the market and get the bounce. Right now, we are still losing momentum on the daily, and we still have volume intact with the market and still pushing downside. Our side is still below the 50. That's bearish, and technicals are bearish as well. So far, it's a make or break situation right here. We are currently testing this long-term channel support right here that I've been talking about, that has been formed since last year of August or October, I mean. So right now, we will see where we are, but currently I'm bearish in the market for a couple more days and we'll get that bounce. If not, if we continue to break down lower with higher volume and selling pressure is getting heavier, there's a possibility we could pull back lower, and I'll tell you why in a couple minutes here. But right now, my guess is we could have one more leg down. So the 50 movement average, we could be around 442, maybe a body wick candle like this to maybe 441, just get some test, bounce, and move back over 447.70, and hopefully we get back to the all-time range between 450 and 454. So keep an eye on the market for the next few days. It has been very slow and very choppy, but you can't do anything about it. So avoid SPY if you are trying to touch it. I wouldn't wait until we get the bounce off the 50 moving average confirmed, and that's when the market could bounce based off this long trend line right here. So currently, right now, I'm going to delete this white line since we are no longer using that, and we're currently using the longer term, which is the blue line right here. So we're going to switch over to the weekly chart and look at how it's looking so far. So we are every time we touch it, we bounced it right now. We are currently breaking below it. So there's a possibility maybe later this week on Thursday or Friday we could bounce and get back inside this channel. And once we do that, we can start bouncing higher, making the all-time high in the next couple of weeks. But like I said, usually in October or September, the market gets really ugly and very choppy and just nasty conditions. But the market starts getting better during November, December, all the way through till around summer or so. So we'll see how that goes with SPY seasonality. That's just how it goes. We'll see how it goes on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's all about where we hold on this channel support right here. So to make or break, we'll find out. Next, we're going to talk about is QQQ. This one's a little bit important right here for you guys. So right here we have been we broke down today lower because of Apple, and Apple did have an event. It was a very boring event, nothing new really. It just disappointed, and it does happen every year. Like I mentioned in the last video, every year Apple sells off on this event, especially this major event, because this is one of its biggest events that it usually hosts every September. And this is what dragged QQQ down, and it looks like QQ is starting to drop lower, and looks like they saved that reversal today at the bell the last 5 minutes, and look where it decides to close, right on that 20 moving average. So very, very close call for the people, and yes, they always do this in the market. They always wait till last minute or last 20 seconds and bounce on the market, get that candle close above or below the SMA. Usually it's always going to bounce back above, and then the next day it will bounce. So market's volume's still high, momentum is still weak. RSI is still about the 50, but it's currently slowing down the momentum. We are currently in a make or break situation once again, but there's a possibility we could bounce just to have some recovery bounce for tomorrow and maybe fall on Thursday, Friday, or maybe bounce higher. So it's either a big bounce tomorrow, or if we break or open below this 20 moving average, there's a possibility that QQ could test the SMA 50 in the next few days, or it can just test that 372.30 area, which is where we had the breakout above, in a retest or a back test and then bounce. So it's either we will have a choppy next few days of choppiness down to 372.30, wait for the 50 moving average to catch up, then the market starts to bounce up, get the all-time highs with SPY. So we don't know what's going to happen. This is a really controlled market. It's sort of a manipulated way, but usually this happens all the time, and this always gives us mixed signals, and we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen next week. We always have to wait for answers, or just be patient and wait for the market to get better. So currently, in my opinion, for tomorrow, we can probably bounce and get back to around 379 area, hopefully. And then next week we can get the all-time highs. But if we break below this blue line, we could sell off to 372.30. If you break that also quicker with higher volume, we can test the SMA 50 and bounce right there. So it's a lot of situations. Right now, I'm currently not trading as much. I'm just waiting for answers, better markets. That's all I want, and we'll get back into it stronger. But right now, stepping back, smaller trades, less trades. We'll see how it goes. One more taker is Apple. This one had an event today, just like I mentioned. This one's a little bit of a what could happen for the next week or two. Right now, I am avoiding this one because this one just had the event. Volatility was high. You can see right here, volume is picking up right here because the event was today. Very choppy conditions, and we currently did close and bounce right on that 50 moving average. Like I said, QQ, they always save last minute or two in the market before the bell and make some of these stocks bounce on the moving averages. So Apple closed right on the 50 moving average, and that's a sign of a bounce right there for tomorrow, and that's why I am predicting a bounce on QQQ. So Apple can push the market up if it has a successful bounce, and we could test around 150 tomorrow maybe. If you get over that 150, that'll be a good sign for a bigger reversal for next week. But so far, if you go on the weekly chart right here, I am currently looking at a possible sell-off towards the 143 area. And you guys can see right here, we have been using this 143 area heavily as resistance and support. So we had resistance right here in the past, back in early of 2021. Man, we finally broke out, got the breakout above the 143, broke out higher, and then back tested that 143 again, multiple weeks, and we are grinding up higher. So far, looks like Apple is getting too weak at the highs right here, and there's a possibility that we could back test this 143 multiple times and bounce again. So right now, I'm expecting a small bounce, but I'm not expecting the full recovery right here back to all-time highs. Currently, I'm avoiding this one. Hopefully this actually gets back to 143 so we can load up some more calls on this one for swings. We'll see how it goes. This is it for the video. I'm just explaining over what could happen tomorrow for the rest of the week and for next week. Right now, don't even try to trade as much as you normally do. Just sit back, watch the markets, understand what's going on, especially the price action, because of how they have made this selling below the 50 movement average until the last 1 minute or 2 minutes before the bell closed. Made it back all the way to the 50 movement average. So be careful with that. We'll see how it goes for the rest of this week. I will make an update video on this weekend. I'll see you guys on the weekend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please leave a feedback or any questions or anything below in the comments if you guys have any. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.